Hi, everyone! Welcome to Singles Events Manila's The Singles Podcast. Ayan! Whew! Let me know where you guys are watching from so that I could send a shout out to all of you. I know that you guys are there. I know that you guys are excited for the three science based dating hacks that we are going to share with you tonight. And of course, alam ko namang hindi lang yung dating hacks yung inaabangan nyo today, but also our blind date guests. Oh, excited na ba kayo makilala kung sino ang ating mga blind date guests? Later, you will see as we will introduce them before we finish our live podcast. So good evening from Jameline Wang. Yes, good evening, Jameline. Good evening also to, we have Andrea Bautista watching. We have Giselle watching. So hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this evening's The Singles Podcast. So before I start to give you guys, hello also to Chino de Villa. Hey Chino, thank you for watching tonight. So before I give you guys the three science-based dating hacks, let me introduce myself to those who do not know me yet. I am Vanessa Antonio. I am a science-based coach and resident matchmaker for Singles Events Manila. I'm a social research analyst by profession, and I do host for Singles Events Manila's dating events. Now, why am I here? Why am I talking to you guys about science-based tips? Because for so many years, so Singles Events has been running for like more than 6 years now. And for more than 6 years, I have been studying the science behind love, dating, and attraction. So I had studied psychology, diplomacy, and I also have a master's in sociology. So I hope that whatever I share with you guys, you would find useful in your everyday life. So my goal is to be able to break down complex scientific theories and concepts into sobrang madaling tandaang dating tips. So, so ito talaga yun, gagawin natin sobrang madaling tandaan tong mga scientific theories na to para magamit nyo in your dating journey. So yeah, hey, let's hi to, of course, Vladimir Antonio, who is my husband. Thank you so much for watching. Good evening also to Don Mendoza. Thank you guys for being there. Andre, thank you for watching. And we have Jeffrey. Okay, Jeffrey Lau. Hello, Jeffrey. I'm happy that you guys are subscribed and you guys are watching. So for those who are watching, guys, I need to know that you're there. So comment your names, comment your location so that I could recognize you. We have Enaira. Hey, I think your name is Janine Benaliktad. We have Kathleen Villanova. Yes. And of course, ang aking mga fellow Singles Events Manila team. Let's go, Gladys and lovely Jane. Yes, tama si Gladys. Kindly share this podcast so that other singles would also benefit. Because, you know, it's so beautiful to not only learn dating advice from people who have experience, but of course, like how beautiful could it be if you also learn dating advice that are coming from science? Yes, these are dating advices that has been given by people who are scientists, most of them social scientists, psychologists, sociologists, and they've studied single people, people in romantic relationship and stuff. So for sure, we will benefit from that. And so I will give you 3 of those top dating tips that they say na if single people knows will give them a great advantage in their dating life. So tingnan natin. At of course, ang ating dating tips today, ay mapapractice agad-agad ng ating mga blind date guests who will join us later. Ayan, hello. Let's say hello also to, we have Fredlin watching, we have Doc Hugo, we also have JR Orlina, good evening. Catherine, of course, we have Kla MT. So thank you for tagging your friends, Kla. So tag them, share this video, and send me some hearts so that I know that you guys are listening. So let's get right to it. Ready? Okay. Now, for the 3 dating advice that I'm gonna give to you, as I have promised, we've tried to actually break it down into very, very simple concepts para mabilis tandaan. So, let's start by tip number 1. Dating tip number 1. Ta-da-da-da! Send your hearts muna. Sige nga. Let me see if you guys are there. Yes, come on. Hello, Raymond Garcia, Paulo. We have Win-Win. Thank you for watching. So dating tip number 1. Oh my gosh. Ito talaga, one of my favorite dating tips. Dating tip number 1 from Singles Events Manila. Huwag kang makahiya. Oh, huwag kang makahiya. Familiar ba kayo dun sa plant na makahiya? Diba? Yung makahiya kapag ginalaw mo, tumitiklop. Diba? So for those who have grew up in the province, who also have familiarity with this plant, imagine nyo, wag kang makahiya. Or basically, what we're trying to say here is, for dating tip number 1, show yourself to your crush or to your date often. Show yourself to your crush and to your date often. Why are we saying this? Let me give you an example. So, back when pre-COVID, nung wala pang COVID, no? So we were, Singles Events Manila is actually known for organizing singles events on the ground. We're sometimes on Greenbelt, we're sometimes in Makati, we're like all over like Metro Manila organizing singles events for singles like you guys who's watching. Now, there are actually, meron kaming 2 of the singles na lagi namin nakikitang nag-a-attend sila sa aming mga ground events. So let's say, for example, January, we organized an event in Greenbelt. March, we organized an event in Quezon City. So etong dalawang single professionals na to, lagi namin silang nakikita. Consistent sila. Talagang every time may Singles Events Manila, nandyan sila. So they were able to meet different batch of single professionals. Dami na nilang friends. Part na din sila ng napakadaming group chats. Kasi every time we organize singles events, we create a group chat. Now, for like so many events that they've been attending, they have become familiar to each other. So minsan, nung mga una, kaway-kawayan lang, hey, since magka-batch na sila nung una, no? Hanggang one day, they have decided to hang out. Kasi ganito, meron na silang familiarity sa isa't isa. Nakikita na sila lagi eh. So one day, they just told us, we just decided to hang out, spend time. At guess what? After so many singles events that they've also attended, alam nyo kung sino ang makakatuluyan nila. Silang dalawa lang naman pala din by the end of the day. And so, why is that? Chamba ba yun? Or there's a science behind it? So that's what I'm gonna share with you guys. So the reason for them, feeling as if na, why don't we give each other a chance since we've been seeing each other in singles events as friends lang and stuff nung una, is because since lagi nilang nakikita yung isa't isa, alam niyo yung kasabihang familiarity breeds trust. Alam niyo kung, for example, pumunta ka sa grocery store, tapos bibili ka ng toothpaste. Anong toothpaste? Toothpaste. Sorry guys, na-excite ako masyado sa dating tip na to. Anong toothpaste brand ang bibilhin mo? Bibili ka ba ng bago? Di ba you tend to buy those that you used already before, something that you're familiar with. Kasi iisipin mo, na-try ko na yan eh. And so, when you actually deal with something familiar, your brain secretes a hormone called dopamine. It's a feel-good hormone. Masarap sa feeling yon. But then, if you pick something unknown, yung amygdala mo, yun yung parang danger detector, nag-a-alarm off yon. So why people tend to choose things that are familiar? Sometimes people that are familiar, ayan. Because according to the mere exposure effect, we tend to like things that we often see. Things that we often nakakasama. You know, for people, alam mo yung mga friends na for sure, sige guys, taas niyo yung kamay, send some comments for those people who have already fallen in love to a friend, with a friend. Sige, ayan. Hello to Paulo, hello to Aaron, to Elbor. Thank you guys. Thank you also for watching Omar Jimenez. Yes. So guys, I want you guys to comment. Sino ang may experience na in love na sa kapitbahay? Sa friend, sa barkada, o di ba tropa dapat yan, di ka na-in love. Pero bakit parang you feel closer, mas mabilis ma-in love sa taong mas familiar ka? Because the mere exposure effect also tells that the more you spend time with a person, the more you're likely to like them more. So for example, may konting crush ka na dito, o kaya initially you find that person attractive, nako, kapag lagi pa kayong nagha-hangout, makikita niya yung mga quirks mo, makikita niya yung different parts of your personalities, and the more they will feel closer towards you. So bakit ang dating tip number 1, ayan, isulat natin sa comment, huwag kang makahiya. Bakit yun ang dating tip natin? Huwag kang makahiya. Ibig sabihin, be a yes man or be a yes woman. Every time that there's an opportunity to interact with someone you like, go for it. Show up. You don't have to like be on their face always. Just make your presence felt. You know, the more they see you, the more they're gonna talk to you, the more they're likely to say share something to you, or you know, like trust you. Basically, that's it. The mere exposure effect tells you that the more you show up, tumataas ang likelihood ng attraction if they initially like you. So do not be afraid to show where your crush and date is. Now, ayan, may mga tumatawa nung sinabi kong, sino dito ang naka-experience na ma-in love sa mga kaibigan? Yes, yes. So thank you guys for sa bawal. Yes. Friend zone. Oh, friend zone. Ayan. Eto, mag-share pa tayo ng more dating tips para hindi kayo ma-friend zone. Tatry natin. O, yung mga iba dyan, tawa na lang. Yung mga guilty, yes. So, be a yes man or be a yes woman. Every time na there's a chance, go for it. Say hi, hello. Hindi mo kailangan maging stalker. Okay, caveat. Do not be a stalker. Stalker? Come on, guys. Pasensya na. Mas bate city grown. Eto. Napakabisaya mo, Coach V. Ayan. So, magtatanong kayo, Coach V, paano niyan COVID? I can't show myself up to people. Ito yun. Alam niyo kapag nanonood kayo ng YouTube, ano ang sinasabi ng mga YouTuber? Come on guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tandaan nyo, like, comment, and subscribe. Yan ang gagawin nyo kapag habang nasa COVID pa tayo. If you have a crush, if you have someone that you like, you can also make your presence felt even sa social media. So, huwag kang mahihiya mag-like, comment, subscribe sa ating friend with kumbaga the apple of your eye. So hindi, again, do not be a stalker, wag agad-agad, but the trick is actually to be genuinely interested in what they do. Kung foodie sila, nag-post ng food photo, that looks good. Mga ganun lang, hindi mo kailangan maging super like novela and whatever. Just make it like as often as you actually, ang pinaka message dun is make your presence known. Make your presence felt. And do not be scared. Huwag kang makahiya. Because the mere exposure effect says familiarity would actually help you bring yourself closer to the person. Although we have to take note that sometimes familiarity is the reason why we stay in bad jobs, bad relationship, kasi familiar siya. So also be very, very careful. But generally, the more time you spend with the person, the more time they see you, it will make their walls down. Kasi sasabihin niya, kilala ko na to eh. Kaya yan, the mere exposure effect. Comment it in our comment. Tama ba yun, guys? Comment it in our section below and let me know kung nakuha nyo yun. Huwag kang makahiya. The mere exposure effect. Ayan. So, yung mga mahiyain dyan, huwag kayong mahiya. Show yourself. Show how awesome you are to this person that you like. Wonderful. Ayan. Thank you guys for your hearts and your love. I so appreciate all of them. I feel encouraged to give you guys the next tip. Okay. So, before ko ibibigay yung next tip na yan, let me remind you na meron tayong blind daters waiting. So, yung mga blind daters natin, so guys, I could see one of them is already waiting. So, our guy blind date, don't forget to join the call so that we can introduce you in a bit. Ayan, so ang dami familiarity can also breed contempt. That's true, but only if that person wala talagang nararamdaman din sa'yo. Contempt ang mararamdaman niya dahil ang kulit-kulit mo. Pero kung if you're a sweet person naman, ay nako, I'm gonna give you another advice that's gonna help you with that. How can they enjoy your presence as while you make your presence felt. Okay, so let's proceed to, ayan guys, don't forget, comment it, mere exposure effect, wag kang makahiya. Okay, may nagtanong, paano po kung hindi ka gwapo? Paano kung hindi ka gwapo? Eh ano naman kung hindi ka gwapo? Madaming ways for you to look attractive. Kasi ang attractiveness, hindi lang naman puro physical. Madaming ways for you to look attractive to the opposite gender or to the ladies. So those things, those tips and tricks on how to look more attractive, we're gonna try to give that to you, if not today, in our future podcast. And also remember, Singles Events Manila teach this scientific based tips. I'm gonna share with you 3, but we have like around 25 to 30 scientific based tips that are coming from scientists and researchers and that you could use in your dating life. Okay, let's proceed. Dating tip number 2. Don't be afraid to say, Lodi kita. Ayan, okay. Let that sink in. Again, dating tip number 2 is do not be afraid to say, Lodi kita. Why? Okay. To say, Lodi ba kita? Ganito na lang. Imagine kapag meron kayong idol. Diba? Like for girls, especially us, kapag may idol tayo, what are we likely to do kapag may idol tayong celebrity or personality? Diba? We tend to copy them. We try to copy how they wear their clothes, how they wear their makeup. And so basically, this dating tip number 2, na don't be afraid to say Lodi kita, the premise of this is, I want you to remember, we like people who are like us. Gusto natin yung mga taong parang tayo, yung nakikita natin yung sarili natin sa kanila. So, ang dating tip number 2 is actually the chameleon effect. Bakit chameleon? Oh, imagine the animal chameleon. So, what does the chameleon effect says? It says na when we interact with another person and we see ourselves in that person, we tend to like them more. Ayan, we tend to like them more daw if we see ourselves in other people. Now, how do we actually be like our date or our crush? Kasi we want them to feel warmed up towards us. We want them to feel as if we are connected. We want them to like us, of course. Eto yon. I'm gonna share with you dating specific action-based tips na pwede niyong gamitin, hindi lang sa dating life, but also in your business life, in your professional life. This is called mirroring. So, if you are interacting with your crush, kahit sa virtual video lang, you can actually try to mimic what they're doing. Kasi actually, when you think about it, subconsciously, we tend to do that. So you could actually let your subconscious, we tend to do that to the people we like or we admire. So you can wait for your subconscious to like order or command your body to do so. Or that's why I'm here, I'm telling you this hack, you could actually try to mirror yung kausap mo para they would feel more connected to you. For example, nag-uusap kayo, nakaganyan siya. Okay? So, basically, hindi naman yung pag gumanyan siya, gaganyan ka na agad. So, gagawin mo like, really? Oh, that's really, really interesting. Yeah, tell me more about it. So, you see, slowly, you make it very, very subtle. The trick for the chameleon effect or for the mirroring is actually being very, very subtle. Yung hindi kayo mapapansin ng inyong crush or yung date na kinokopya nyo sila. Kasi, what's going to happen is, kapag napansin nila na kinakopy mo sila, they're gonna start to be suspicious. And we don't want that. We want people to actually feel that we are actually listening to them while we are talking. So maliban sa mirror, so for example, sa video call, since we're in COVID, kapag malapit siya, lean forward as well. If she lean forwards, go ahead. When he starts to, for example, like sumandal, move further away from the camera, slowly while you guys are talking. Oh yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, it's really interesting because you also try to copy their action. So yan yung chameleon effect. Kasi nga, when we see ourselves in other people, we tend to like them because we people love ourselves. So again, when we see ourselves in other, we tend to like them. Ayan, guys, come on, comment that in the comment section below. The chameleon effect. So maliban sa mirroring, ano pang pwede niyong gawin? Paraphrasing. Kapag sinabi nila na, oh, it's really, really fun outside, ang ganda ng araw, parang sarap beach and whatever. Basically, what you're gonna say is try to copy what they're saying in a way na hindi super halata. So you could say na, yeah, it looks like it's a great time for beach. I agree. And then you could proceed by like telling them more about the beach because unang-una nakita mo na interest, pangalawa, you are trying to validate them. You are trying to make them feel as if, yes, I hear you and I also feel the same. This is beach time. So that's actually number 2 for under chameleon effect. So those are the things that you can do. So mirroring, paraphrasing, imitating them very subtly. So ba't natin sinabing lodi kita? Don't be afraid to lodi kita. Don't be afraid to show na lodi mo siya. Alright? But make it very, very subtle because we love people who are like us. So if we kind of like appear to them as if we're kind of similar and stuff, so they're likely to trust us. So I keep on saying trust because that's very important. If you're courting someone or if you're dating someone, if they don't trust you, their wall are gonna be like so high, there's no way for you could emotionally connect. So the goal is to actually bring those defense mechanism, their wall down so that you guys could connect. So ayan, guys. Thank you. Sabi nila, chameleon. Yes, correct. So chameleon effect. Again, we love ourselves, so we love anything that actually reflects us. So things that we get to relate to, things na parang, ay, para siyang ako, diba? So when your date sees that in you, mas mataas ang chance for you guys to have a second date. So come on, guys, comment it below. Chameleon effect. That is dating tip number 2. Oh, may nag-comment pa ng chameleon. Okay, so guys, thank you for commenting. We have Camelita watching. We have Paulo. That's awesome. All right. Ayan. Aaron, thank you for watching. Yes, relate is one of the factor. Yes, be relatable. Make sure that you guys relate, connect emotionally and stuff. So again, dating number 1, wag kang makahiya, the mere exposure effect. Tip number 2, do not be afraid to show lodi mo siya. So imitate the chameleon effect. Be like a chameleon. If you want to make an impression also to your date. And of course, again, that's like a psychological hack. So, all right. So, let me know, guys, if you guys are ready for dating tip number 3. And dating tip number 3, actually, ito yung parang sa lahat ng dating tips, ito for me, personally, yung pinaka-effective. Again, so the dating tip that I am sharing with you guys is hindi lang siya yung parang we've found na it's our favorite and stuff, but actually me personally, I was able to use this dating hacks not only in my love life but also what we're teaching you are social skills, yung mirroring, paraphrasing, so that you make your boss feel as if you understand them and stuff. You make them feel as if they're being listened to and you are genuinely interested to them. So these are social skills that you could actually use in different aspects of your life, but of course very useful also sa dating. So awesome, thank you. Ready? Ayan, may nag-comment, ang hirap pala. Bro, hindi mahirap yun. You just try to, kasi kapag loading mo ang tao, naturally, you imitate them. Sabi nga nila, we fall in love with someone who we admire. So may aspect of their life or something in them that we admire. So why don't you make them feel understood by mirroring their body language, by paraphrasing the things they say. So it's not going to be easy. It takes practice at first, but it's going to be so effective, you're going to be surprised. So that's the chameleon effect. Now, dating tip number 3. Before I go for dating tip number 3, let me just announce and invite you guys that tomorrow, Wednesday at 5 p.m., Singles Events Manila will be a guest in Kumu. So just we're gonna be interviewed by Marian. She's the author of the book. What was her book? Merong Tagalog version nun eh. Anong petsa na? So basically, why is my forever taking forever? So she's the author of that book, and she's gonna interview us through FYE channel. So download Kumu, search for FYE channel. FYE channel is actually the digital channel of ABS-CBN. So madami silang shows, exciting shows there. So nood kayo tomorrow 5 p.m. So again, let's go for dating tip number 3. Okay. Familiar ba kayo kay Marie Kondo? So, ang dating tip number 3 natin is be a Marie Kondo in your date's life. Again, be a Marie Kondo in your date's life. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So, I'm not asking you guys na ligpitin niyo yung crush nyo or yung date nyo. Huwag niyo silang liligpitin. But ask yourself, when your crush or your date remembers you, anong feeling ang associated sa'yo? Pag naaalala ba nila yung pangalan mo, natutuwa sila, natatakot sila, or naiinis sila? So why am I asking this? Because it's very important that you guys ask yourself, do I spark joy in my love's life, in my date's life, in my crush's life? Why is it important that you spark joy in your date's life? Because according to the Pavlov's theory, it's actually a theory on conditioning. Sabi ni Pavlov, basically. Okay, let me hold on to that pala. Kung ano ang sabi ni Pavlov. May kukwento muna ako sa inyo so that you guys will be able to get the point. When I was working in the Philippines, we have this friend. She's actually our consultant. And every time she sees us, she sees me, she sees our office mates, lagi siyang may dalang gift. So when I say gift, it could just be like sometimes candy, sometimes magdadala ng notebook, sometimes magdadala ng fruit, sometimes she gives us flowers and stuff. And that's every time, consistent, every time she shows up, laging may dala, minsan pandesal. So just imagine, gift, lagi lang may dala na nagpapasaya sa mga tao. So every time she does that, of course, we're like, hey, thank you, that's very nice. So maliban sa maganda na siya, she's very professional and stuff, when she brings those stuff pa, parang lalong nakakatuwa and stuff. And so when there are times that we see her on the road or when we see her accidentally, and siguro those seldom times na nakikita namin siya na walang dala, we still feel so delighted to see the person. Why do we feel that? So this is where Pavlov theory comes in. Sabi ng Pavlov theory is you as a person has actually the power to associate yourself in things that brings joy in other people's lives. Like for example, actually what happened to that experiment is meron siyang pet na dog. So yung dog na yon, kapag meron siyang food, gagawin niya, mag-ring siya ng bell. Okay? So imagine, food and bell. So, one time, tinry niya, wala na yung food. Bell na lang. So, kahit yung bell na lang yung ginagamit niya, wala nang food, the dog still salivate. You know, nagdudrol pa din sila. Bakit? Because the dog relates food to the bell. So, why is this? Why are we presenting this as a dating tip? Because you as a person, especially kung manliligaw ka, you have to make sure that you again spark joy in your dating, in your date or in your crush. So yung pagdadala-dala mo ng gift, hindi yan nasasayang. Yung pag-aaya mo na, come on, let's go on adventure. Yung pag-aaya mo, tara, kape tayo. Especially kung favorite nilang magkape. So kapag nare-relate nila yung mga exciting things sa'yo, kapag nare-relate nila yung mga fun things sa'yo, they are more likely to be excited to see you. Oh, diba? That's so amazing. We actually have the power, pero secret lang yan. We have the power to condition people, to actually, try to relate the good things, the fun things sa atin if we do things consistently. So, that's why it's very important also that when you go on a first date, hindi mo agad ikakwento yung mga problems mo. Why? Because ayaw mo nang unang-unang kita niya sa'yo, ang nare-relate niya na agad is problema, issue, ex, bad breakup. Syempre, when you go on a date and stuff, you want them to relate you in some of, exciting romance. So if you can, bring a flower, bring chocolate every time nagbibisita ka, bring pandesal. It could be like 1 peso pa ba yung pandesal niya. So the point is, try to be the person that brings joy into that person's life. And so, when you do that, kahit one day, wala ka nang dalang pandesal, wala ka nang pasalubong, na-condition na yung brain niya na, this person will do nothing but, bring something, joy, excitement, and romance in my life. So, thank you guys for sharing your hearts. Yes, be a Marie Kondo in your date's life, spark joy, and of course, do it talaga. Do it. Try to, when you date, make sure that you do not burden the person, but you be the person's happiness. Kasi yun naman sometimes, especially ang dating life, yun yung mga nagiging break ng mga busy people sa problema, sa business issues, sa family issues. So it's time to take a break, chill, have some wine and stuff. So if you have a person naman who's like more on this adventure and excitement, parang lalo mo siyang kikitain. So for the girls naman, hindi man kayo makapagbigay ng gifts and whatever, make sure also that when you show up, when you see them, you actually try to relate yourself with beauty, with love, with nurture. So, ito yung parang mga good traits na pwede nilang ma-relate, ma-associate. So, the keyword here is associate yourself with good things. Huwag kang magmumura sa Facebook. Huwag kang namamroblema lagi sa Facebook. Nagko-complain about other people because you don't want the person who likes you to associate you with napaka-problematic. But if you're this person na positive, good vibe, and whatever, pagpasok mo pa lang sa room, people would actually be excited to talk to you and meet you because you are becoming a Marie Kondo in other people's life. You spark joy in other people's life. So that is what Pavlov theory is suggesting. And so we could actually use that as a dating hack, as being a single person who actually brings joy and excitement to other singles. So yan ang goal natin, guys, all right? So if you want to learn more of these scientific tips, we actually teach them through Singles Events Manila coaching. I have mentioned we have so many of this one, and personally I work as a science-based coach for the team, and I do coach people one-on-one, and I've been coaching tons of singles already since we've started this service, and I hope that I get to work with you guys on this, and we could give you tips based on your kumbaga customized talaga sa pinagdadaanan mo. You could tell me whatever that's happening with you and your date, and we'll try to give you the best dating tip that could apply to your dating life. And of course, always inspired by scientific research. So, ayan, thank you guys. Hello. We have Glenn Raymond. Thank you for watching. So, ganito. Sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna introduce you guys na to our blind date guest. Tanong natin kung anong natutunan niya. At, syempre, ano ang kanyang ideal girl? So, our blind date guest for today would be, before that, guys, I want you to comment the 3 scientific tips that we studied today. Mere exposure effect, huwag kang mahiya, huwag kang makahiya. The chameleon effect, do not forget to show the person that they are your lodi. So chameleon, imitate them, reflect who they are in you. Show them that you guys are the same. And third one is the Pavlov theory. Be the person that sparks joy, bring happiness, bring food, of course. Like, come on now, food is like sometimes better than chocolates and sorry, not chocolates, flowers for some. Okay, so don't forget to comment that mere exposure effect, the chameleon effect, and Pavlov's theory. So that would be our 3 dating hacks for all of you today. So let's all welcome our blind date guest, number 1. Hey, asa na siya? Ayan na siya, naririnig ko na siya.
Hello.
Hello, brother. Hey, you look good.
Hey, thank you.
Hi, Paul Perez. So you are currently live. A lot of singles are watching and they're excited for your date. Tell us a little bit about just to tell you guys, Paul is actually one of our single social club members, and he's really one of those nice guys. Very easy to talk to, laging nakangiti sa aming mga Zoom meetings for singles every Saturday. And so we thought it'll be nice to introduce him to another friend tonight. Ayan. So, Paul, tell us a little bit about you. What do you, how long have you been single? And then what do you like in a woman?
I'm recently single. Siguro 2 months na, ganyan. I came from a long-time relationship. So, um, I joined because I want to test the waters kung ganun pa rin ba way back.
Kung
It's
meron
kind
ka
of
pa
that.
rin.
Yes. Ako may nag-iba kung yung mga ginagawa ko before, gagana pa rin ba this time? Ganun. I don't know.
Ano ba
Um,
ginagawa mo, Paul? Joke
actually,
lang. Hmm.
well, doon ako sa Makahiya part. Medyo wala na ako noon. Naubos na ata yung hiya. So,
Oh, okay.
puro
Good.
kapal na lang ng mukha. Yes. Well, what do I like in a woman? Siguro I want yun someone some other guys kasi parang natatakot sila or na-overwhelm sila pag yung babae, strong yung personality, ganyan. Tatapakan yung pride nila. Pero ako, no eh. Mas isusupport ko pa actually. Mas natutuwa ako sa gano'n. No? So I want siguro someone who knows what she wants and goal-oriented. Probably that. I haven't put too much thought about it, pero top in mind. Yun yung pumapasok sa akin.
Oh, wow. So, Paul, I love to hear that there are guys in our club that appreciates strong women who knows what they want in life and are,
Mm-hmm.
of course, goal-oriented. So, Paul, tell us a little bit, like, how old are you? What do you do? And, yeah, like hobbies.
Hobbies. Okay. I am XXX age years old. Joke lang. I
Oh,
recently,
all right.
nasa calendar pa. I'm in the calendar pa. I
Good.
recently turned 30 last September. What do? I oversee operations of a company outside Manila. I'm currently working in Subic, pero I visit Manila every other weekends. Then hobbies. Since pandemic, I haven't played much basketball. And I love listening to music. Listen lang, no singing, just listen.
Listen. All right, wonderful. So Paul is actually 30 years old. He's an operations manager and he likes listening to music.
Listening.
Listen lang. Nako,
Listen.
sana next time try natin, baka may potential ka sa pagkanta. Malay mo naman, bro.
Ano, hanggang doon na lang siya?
Hanggang
Okay
doon.
na ako doon.
Oo. So, kita nyo guys, Paul, napaka-masayahing tao. Meron din siyang humor is very important. So, very briefly, Paul, what was the dating tip that struck you the most a while ago? Ano paningin mo yung pinaka-magagamit mo dun sa tatlo? The mere exposure effect, the chameleon effect, or the Pavlov's theory?
The Pavlov's theory siguro. Spark
Why?
of joy. Siguro it's my nature to make people laugh. I don't know, baka pag naisip nila, oy si Paul, makulit yan, ganon. I don't know. I think that would be my best trait, siguro.
Wonderful. And so, parang ako kanina, nung nakita ko si Paul, I was smiling na kasi alam ko na he's a witty person. So, alam mo, yun yung actually premise ng Pavlov eh. Kapag paulit-ulit niyang ginagawa sa'yo, paulit-ulit niyang dinadala, paulit-ulit siyang nag-spark joy sa life mo. Tingin mo pa lang sa person, kahit siguro 1 mile away pa lang, mafe-feel mo na, ay shucks, sasaya ko dito. Ay, romance to. Ay, adventure. So wonderful. Thank you for letting us know. Paul, ganito gagawin namin.
Sure.
Interview lang namin saglit yung yung magiging new friend mo today. So,
Go.
can we request that you try to cover your eyes muna? So,
Really?
pakinggan mo na muna siya. Oh, at sabihin namin kapag reveal na, okay?
Okay, sige.
Alright, close your eyes. Ayan. Hello! Sige, so connecting pa ang audio ng ating new friend. I'll cover your... Sige lang, it's okay.
Hi, wait. Sineset up ko yung... Hala, teka lang, may nakakakita na iba.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Very
So,
nice yung charm.
all right. Hi, Catherine. And medyo choppy.
Hi.
Okay. Hello. So medyo nagla-lag lang yung internet ng iyong date. But actually, sige guys, send some hearts, encouragement. Mukhang nagulat yung date ni Paul. Si Catherine, bigla ang pinasok. Walang abiso. Ayan. Catherine, medyo naglalag yung internet mo. Meron ka bang better internet connection dyan? Yee! Thank you guys. Pretty, sabi nila. Woo! Awesome.
Sorry. Ito na. Naglalag pa din?
Naglalag pa din ng konti. Better internet connection. Ayan.
Still, naglalag pa din.
Thank you guys. Guys, nakikita niyo ba si Catherine? Comment niyo guys. Tapos Catherine, I think naririnig ko yung sarili ko, nag-feedback ata yung isang audio. So if you could mute that.
Sorry, may another phone.
If you could mute that so that, oy, bawal sumilip, Paul. Hindi pa, not yet. Alam mo, mahihain to si Catherine. So eto si Paul, it's actually a challenge for Paul to make Catherine like a shy lady who is, okay, I'll let her tell her about herself. Okay, hi Catherine, introduce yourself and tell us what you do and how long you've been.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm 29 years old. I'm working as a nurse here in Qatar. That's it.
That's it. How long have you been single? Or have you had a boyfriend or never? Or tell us a little bit about that.
Single since July 2017.
Single since July. So, mga 3 years na. All right. So, Catherine, tell us, what are you looking for in a partner? Okay. Alright, kaya mo yan, Catherine. Push natin yung internet connection mo. Ayan, may nag-comment, sana all. Mukhang bagay.
Because I'm a nurse, no?
Mm-hmm. Sige. Catherine, tell us again your answer kasi nag-cut.
So, someone who really understands the nature of my...
Okay. Oy, naputol yung date mo. Paul! Pwede ka nang tumingin, Paul. Paul, sabi niya, someone who understands the nature of her work daw. So, she's actually, frontliner. She's a nurse. So, ayan, bigla siyang ayan na, pwede mo na siyang makilala kapag pumasok siya.
Okay.
She's dealing with like internet connection-ish lang, but she'll be. So how do you feel about that? May nag-comment na LDR works. Guys, relax lang kayo. Malay nyo naman. Ito si Catherine, syempre, kapag ang heart ang tumawag, lapit-lapit ng Qatar, Gina, o yung mga LDR dyan. Okay, so Paul, how do you feel about a girl who like works as a nurse and works overseas?
Well, first of all, salute. Siyempre, if nakaka-proud yung ginagawa niya, definitely away from her family. So, ganun yung ginagawa niya. Definitely nakaka-proud. So, saludo ako sa mga ganong klaseng tao.
Talaga? Have you tried being in, kasi COVID ngayon, so we tried to be more relatable to our viewers. Ang dami kasing LDR ngayon. So, Paul, are you the
Sure.
type of, kasi maliban kay Catherine, syempre your new friend and your date for tonight, there are a lot of singles who are watching. So this is actually a chance for you to introduce yourself also, and like how are you as a boyfriend. So Catherine, we'll wait for you to put your video back and improve your internet connection. So we'll talk to Paul now. Paul,
Go.
are you open to parang LDR? Like, how are you as a boyfriend? Kasi what if like may nanonood ngayon nasa Singapore, nasa ibang bansa, and then they actually like find you cute? Or what if like they're interested?
Hindi naman. Kayo naman.
Open
uh,
ba to Paul sa LDR? It's okay. You can say
Of
no.
course. I am. When it comes to relationship naman, kasi pag may na-establish ng trust, no matter how far you are, basta nandun yung trust, okay lang naman eh. Definitely magkikita at magkikita kayo. So, yeah.
So
I don't mind. I don't mind really.
you don't mind. But have you been in an LDR relationship before?
Uh, I have sort of kinda since sort of na kinda. Yes. Well, within Philippines lang, within Luzon lang pero magkalayo. So
Okay.
it's mahirap talaga. It's hard work. Hard
Mhm.
work na yung relationship, mas hard work pa yung LDR. Pero if you really guys want it, I mean, kaya naman eh. Basta gusto.
All right, that's nice. Kasi nga, like, for example, ngayon, kahit yung mga couples na hindi naman LDR dahil COVID, nagiging LDR, and dyan talaga
It
matitest ang
is.
inyong
Yes. Exactly.
relationship, no? So, kahit yung mga ayaw ng LDR, natutong mag-LDR ngayon. So, Paul,
Pag
it's
gusto
great.
kakayanin. Yes.
So guys, pakinggan niyo yun. May mga nag-comment, true, basta may trust. May tama ka, Sir Paul. Oh, ang daming nag-a-agree sa'yo dyan. Oh, pag gusto kakayanin,
Oo.
that's actually very true. So, basta love. Oh, yung mga naka-LDR dyan, todo relate. So, Catherine, nasan ka na? Kat, nakikita mo ba kami? Show yourself and we'll introduce you to Paul. Ayan.
Ayan,
Yay!
maganda eh.
Yes, ang linaw. So, biglang nahiya si Catherine. So, Catherine, I'm gonna introduce you to Paul. Paul, this is Catherine.
Wala pa.
Unmute lang kita, my dear. So,
Okay.
first impression. Catherine, ang dami mong narinig about Paul. Ano ang first impression mo kay Paul?
Um, mm, Interesting to talk to.
Okay, very nice. And Paul, what's your first impression kay Catherine?
Shy type? Depends on
Malib
the shy side. Uh, a lot of question to be asked pa. Ganyan.
Okay. So speaking of, oy, Catherine, hawakan mo yung ngiti mo. Oy. Pinipigilan. All right. So sabi mo parang a lot of questions to be asked pa. Okay, sige. So what we're gonna do in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna be out. Tapos I'm gonna give you guys time to like maybe get to know each other, ask kung ano yung sa inyo yung pinaka-importante when it comes to dating. Kasi you guys are on a blind date. So, and then after that, of course, we will give you a chance to go on a real date na wala ako. At wala ang sambayan ng Pilipinas ng Singles Events Manila. Yung mga nanonood, thank you guys for watching. Exciting daw. First impression, syempre, pogi. Oh. Nag-comment, hindi ko kinaya yung online dating. Yes, this is what you call virtual dating. And Singles Events Manila actually do this service for singles. So just message us if you're interested. We arrange them like this. So, pero usually wala ako. Manggugulo lang ako ngayon kay Paul tsaka kay Catherine. Catherine, medyo hindi ka pa namin narinig ng konti. Anong hobbies mo?
Hobbies, actually, because no, I'm here in Doha, so actually it's like work, 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 work. So in my off, I only eat out with my friends. But
Okay.
during own, now I have a plan to watching music, just cleaning the house generally.
Oh, she's already a mom, a plant mom. Nabiktima ka din ng mga plant, which is very good. So, Catherine, dun sa mga dating tips kanina, yung tatlong dating tips, we have the mere exposure effect, the chameleon effect, tsaka yung Pavlov's theory. Ano sa paningin mo yung magiging pinaka-useful sa'yo?
Maybe that Pablo effect, because just recently I was assigned in this COVID area, and because it's pandemic, right? So we're not allowed to order the food outside. So I was forced to cook my own food and for my friends. And then there was one time that my senior, they're having chica. And then I heard that he told, she's like Catherine, who always brings food. And they are like, it makes them feel happy because I'm always bringing food. When you say like the word name, Kat, comes with the food, and it's like a joy to them.
Wonderful. Very good example. It's what you're saying is they're associated food with cats. So that
Yeah.
brings them joy. So na-excite sila pag nakikita ka. Kasi may
Yes.
pagkain. Yes, tama. Yan ang premise ng ating Pavlov. Yung tipong may excite sila kasi may pagkain. Si Catherine. Anything that sparks joy. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be out for 5 minutes. And then, Paul, I'm gonna lead you to our wonderful Catherine. And yeah, just try to get to know as much as you can about each other. And we'll give you guys a few parting questions by the end of this call. All right. So see you
Alright.
guys. Enjoy.
Alright, bye-bye. Wait lang, how do you do this? Hello?
Hi.
Yun, okay. So, wala na sila. Hi!
Ano ba in?
Sorry, paulit?
Wala na talaga sila as in? Wala rin nakikinig?
I do think so. Hi, sorry. Kailangan.
Hi.
Paano ba? Gano'n ka nakatagal dyan?
More than 3. More than 3 years.
More than 3 years. Oh, nung sinabi mo yung sa luto part, sabi, di naman aabot dito, di ko matitikman. Paano yung spark ng joy ko? Paano yun? Well, tapos, paano yun? How do yung family mo nandito pa rin definitely, no? So, yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina na medyo, hindi naman salute talaga sa mga ganang klase kasi feeling ko sobrang hirap ng ginagawa mo. I mean, you focus ka dun sa career mo pero yung back of your mind, ibang tao yung inaalagaan mo, yung family mo nandito. So, nakaka-proud yung ginagawa mo actually.
Thank you.
Ayun, so, ano naman mga niluluto mo?
Like, egg sipo. Ano ba? Anything. Anything na parang,
Kung ano lang yun nandyan, kung ano pwede.
anything na lutong bahay or cake, ganyan.
I see. So, paano tumatakbo yung araw mo dyan after work? Ganun, tulog na, pahinga na talaga, no?
Basically, ganun talaga. Or lumalabas, yun nga, lumalabas. Lumalabas with
Okay.
friends.
May ano pa rin, may social life pa rin.
Oo. Kasi dito controlled naman na kasi yung COVID dito. So,
no, compared dito, yes.
yun, pwede kami lumbas anywhere kung saan namin gusto.
I see.
Higpit. Basta may mask ka lang. And meron kasi kaming app dito na Eteras yung pangalan. So, i-show mo lang yun kung negative or positive ka or on quarantine ka. So, kung on quarantine ka, di ka syempre pwedeng lumabas. Ikukulong ka, ganun. Disiplinado. So, ayun.
All right. So thank you guys. Grabe. Oh my gosh. Nag-usap na kayo ng COVID. Yun na yung signal namin. We have to to
Wah,
ano.
bumubuelo pa lang eh.
Oo nga
Joke
eh.
lang. Joke.
Actually, Paul, this is actually we've purposely selected someone who is very 360 degrees sa'yo. Kasi nakita mo kumbaga si Catherine, ang tawag sa personality niya, siya yung one of those babies na slow to warm up. Alam mo yun? Madaldal siya, pero you have to establish trust first. Gets? So, what's going to happen, since sobrang quiet ni Catherine, nahiya si Catherine for sure, is we're gonna end the broadcast and we'll put you two on a real blind date na kayong dalawa lang. But first, let's all thank our single watcher. And of course, thank you, Paul and Catherine, for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank you also. Thank you.
Woo! All right. So, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna end the live and then I'm gonna exit the call so you and Catherine could get to know each other further. Okay ba yun sa'yo, Paul?
Go, sure.
Okay ba yun sa'yo, Catherine?
Okay naman po.
Alright. So, nakikita niyo yung body language ni Catherine. That's an indicator na sobrang kabado si girl. So, when you actually date a woman who's like Catherine, it's actually a challenge for men to learn about science-based tips on how you can, of course, make the woman feel comfortable. So,
Comfortable, yes.
so naituturo natin, Singles Events Manila is actually teaching that, and we're very, very happy that Paul is actually part of the Single Social Club so that we'll be able to learn from one another in the future. So Paul, you're amazing. Thank you for leading the discussion with Catherine. Catherine, good job. You did your job. Pinahirapan mo si Paul ng konti, which is that's really a challenge for you, Paul. So guys, kaway-kaway na kayo. Everyone, thank you for watching the Singles Podcast. And don't forget to watch us tomorrow in Kumu. Search for FYE channel. That's ABS-CBN's digital channel. I will be their guest, and we'll also have singles guest who's gonna go on virtual dates. Of course, that's on Wednesday. On Thursday naman, go to Kumu and search for Singles Events Manila, because for the first time, we're gonna create a dating show. Alam mo yun, Paul and Catherine, may dating show kami. May dating show tayo. So sa Thursday, imbes na ganito, Paul and Catherine, magkakaroon sa Thursday, 2 girls ang ating guest. At
Mm.
madaming pasabog na magaganap.
Manonood tayo niyan.
Yes,
Definitely.
At syempre, huwag niyong kalimutan mag-prepare ng gifts. Sa Kumu, madaming gifts. So we've talked about Battle of Fury. Prepare niyo yan. So guys, thank you again. This is Coach Vanessa, your resident matchmaker and science-based coach for Singles Events Manila. I'll see you guys in our next podcast, and God bless everyone.
Thank you, V. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. So Paul and Catherine, stay there because you guys are still gonna go on a date. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.